She said she needed space. Not in anger. Not in tears. She said it calmly, like someone asking for a glass of water. We were sitting on opposite ends of a couch, the same couch we had picked together 3 years earlier because it was perfect for movie nights. Her phone was face down on the coffee table, buzzing every few minutes.
She didn't look at it.
I just feel crowded, she said. I need time to think, to breathe. I nodded because that's what understanding partners do. I told her I respected her feelings. I told her I wanted her to be happy, even if that meant giving her room. I didn't know that sentence would haunt me later. That night, she packed a small bag. Just essentials. 2 changes of clothes. Her toothbrush. She said she'd stay with a friend. She hugged me longer than usual, kissed my cheek instead of my lips, and promised we'd talk soon. I stood at the door and watched her walk away, telling myself this was healthy. Couples needed space sometimes. Love wasn't possession. Love was trust. I didn't know she was already in love with someone else. The apartment felt hollow without her. The quiet was louder than any argument we'd ever had. I slept on her side of the bed because it smelled like her shampoo. I checked my phone every few minutes, waiting for a text that said she missed me, that this was temporary, that I was still her person. Her messages came, but they were short. Hope you're okay. Long day. Just need more time. No hearts. No goodnight calls. No inside jokes. I blamed myself. Maybe I had become boring. Maybe I worked too much. Maybe I loved her in a way that felt heavy instead of exciting. I replayed every conversation from the past year, searching for the moment I failed her. A week passed. Then 2. I suggested we meet for coffee. She said she wasn't ready. I asked if there was someone else. She laughed softly, like the idea was almost insulting. Of course not, she said. This is about me. I believed her. Or maybe I needed to. One night, I couldn't sleep. The loneliness sat on my chest like weight. I opened Instagram without thinking, scrolling past strangers' lives, until her name appeared at the top of my screen. She had posted a story. I almost didn't tap it. It was a dimly lit restaurant. A candle. 2 glasses of wine. Across the table, barely in frame, was a man's hand. His watch was expensive. His fingers rested casually near hers. My stomach dropped.
I told myself it could be anyone.
A coworker. A group setting cropped intentionally. But something about the intimacy of the moment made my chest ache in a way logic couldn't soothe. I didn't confront her.
Not yet.
I didn't want to be the insecure boyfriend who imagined things. Instead, I waited. A few days later, I ran into her friend Maya at the grocery store. We made awkward small talk in the frozen food aisle. She looked uncomfortable, like she was holding something sharp in her mouth. You holding up okay? She asked. I smiled. Trying to. She hesitated. Then she said, You're a good guy. You deserve honesty. That sentence cracked something open. I didn't push. I didn't need to. Her silence filled in the blanks better than words ever could. That night, I went home and sat alone in the dark. I opened my laptop and searched for his name. I didn't know it, not really, but I knew where she worked. I knew her department. I scrolled through company pages, LinkedIn profiles, tagged photos from work events. It didn't take long. There he was. Confident smile. Perfect teeth. The kind of man who looked comfortable in every room he entered. Senior role. Married once, divorced quietly. Recently relocated. Her likes were on his photos. His comments were under hers. Subtle. Professional. But once you saw it, you couldn't unsee it. They had been circling each other for months. The space she needed wasn't space at all. It was permission. I confronted her the next day. I didn't yell. I didn't accuse. I just asked her to tell me the truth. She cried immediately. Not because she had hurt me, but because she was caught. I didn't plan it, she said. It just happened. I was confused. I didn't want to hurt you. I laughed. A short, broken sound. So, you left me to figure out how to hurt me less? She said she needed time to understand her feelings.
She said she still cared about me.
She said she never cheated, not really, because we were technically on a break. That word, break, felt like a knife wrapped in silk. I asked her when it started. She looked away. Before the space. Before the conversations. Before the bag was packed. The space wasn't the beginning. It was the cover story. Something in me shut down after that. Not anger. Not sadness. Just a quiet clarity. I realized I had been loving someone who had already left, who was just waiting for a cleaner exit. I told her I hoped she found what she was looking for. I meant it in the way someone wishes a stranger well, not in the way lovers do. She moved in with him 2 months later. I found out through mutual friends, through photos I didn't ask to see. She looked happy, lighter, like someone who believed she had chosen correctly. For a long time, I wondered what he had that I didn't. Was he funnier? Richer? More exciting? Did he make her feel seen in a way I failed to? Those thoughts kept me awake at night, turning my self-worth into a list of missing qualities. Healing wasn't dramatic. It was slow and humiliating. It was deleting photos at 3 in the morning and then restoring them from the trash because I wasn't ready. It was almost texting her and stopping myself mid-sentence. It was learning how to sit with loneliness without begging it to leave. One day, I realized something uncomfortable. She didn't choose him because he was better. She chose him because he was new. He didn't know her habits, her contradictions, the way she avoided conflict until it exploded. He didn't know how she withdrew instead of working through discomfort. He only knew the version of her that existed in stolen moments and exciting secrecy. I knew all of her. And loving someone fully is sometimes the very thing that makes them restless. That realization didn't excuse her choices, but it freed me from blaming myself. Months later, she messaged me. I hope you're doing well. I stared at the screen for a long time. I thought about everything I could say. About the nights I cried alone. About the trust she dismantled gently, like it was nothing personal. I typed back one sentence. I am. And I was. Because I learned something she never expected me to learn. When someone says they need space, listen carefully. Sometimes they don't mean distance. Sometimes they mean replacement. And the hardest truth of all is this. If someone needs to step away from you to choose someone else, they were never truly choosing you to begin with. Letting her go wasn't my loss. It was my release.